Hello everybody, it's Tina Marie, and I wanted to share something that happened last night and how I got myself out of it because I found myself triggered, and I wanted to share that with you to help you understand that I use my own techniques and what I teach because it works, and I just wanted to share how it all went down and then what did I do to come back to me. And most importantly, what did I do to come back to love? So as you may know or you've been following, I have been creating from a hotel room. I'm in my hotel room now. And Jackie's at a chiropractic seminar downstairs. So last night we're at dinner. And, I won't share the details of the trigger. However, Jackie said something. It wasn't mean. It wasn't meant to be mean, and it wasn't meant to be anything that would have had me get triggered. It was all innocent. She was poking fun. However, this happens sometimes. We get triggered. We don't see the trigger coming. If we knew the triggers were there, the people around us would not step on them or push them. And then the second thing is that we would have awareness in that moment so that it doesn't have the depth of pain that can actually be brought forth. And so we're caught off guard sometimes, and I was. So last night, this very innocent comment gets said, and it triggered some past pains that I didn't know were there. And what happened was, what I call my smaller self felt hurt. And so I want to give you the strategies that I utilized in the moment to bring myself back to the room and to dinner and to consciousness. Also brought myself back to a greater awareness of myself and that episode that had just happened. So here I am, literally pouting. The trigger took me back to a place in previous relationships where I felt less than and I felt not enough. And so that's one of the biggest triggers anybody can get pushed on, is feeling not enough, especially in relationship with the person that you absolutely adore and love. And that's where we're most vulnerable, right? And so this is what I did. So the part of me that's hurt wants to stay hurt. The part of me that's hurt wants to justify them being wrong and me being right, them being insensitive and me being a victim. And so I knew I was in the victim box. I had awareness there. So I'm like, okay. So I had to breathe. I had to stay present and take a deep breath, because I know that this isn't the type of response I want to have, and I do not want to make the person I love wrong, even though the smaller part of my mind, the hurt part, wants to totally make the person wrong and create the division in the moment right there, right? So took a deep breath, number one. Number two, I had to reach beyond the pain to have physical touch. And so I put my hand on her knee, on Jackie's knee, to create a connection there to this person I love, because I know that once I have that physical touch, I can start thinking of the love, and I can start thinking of why I no longer want to be hijacked. So that's very important. One breath, second physical touch. And it's a simple physical touch. Either grab the person's hand, hold their hand, put a hand on a knee, something very simple. This isn't where you go romantic even though you're mad. That's too much. So put my hand on her knee. Meanwhile, that part of me again that's hurt wants to completely run from the room. It wants to face away. And so the third part is to not resist the hurt. I didn't want to give a complete, power over to the hurt. I didn't want to have the hurt be right. I wanted to simply not resist the hurt. I wanted to feel the feelings coming up so that I didn't resist it, because we all know what you resist persists. So if I resist the feelings, then they have to get really big and loud and mean. The reason why is because something's wanting me to evolve. Something's wanting me to learn. Something's wanting me to move past those past hurts and have a new way of being in this current relationship, and in my beautiful relationship. So it's necessary. I wouldn't have had the trigger if it's not meant to be healed. So I do not resist the hurt. I feel the hurt. I'm like, I'm feeling hurt. And then I get curious. This is part 3. So first is breath, second physical touch, third, well, I guess 2B would be not to resist the hurt, but don't give over to it. Don't make it right. And then 3 is to get curious. Get curious about, where's this coming from? Where did this originate? At what point in my life did this originate? Okay, so that was then. This is not the situation now. Meanwhile, Jackie is saying, oh, I didn't say that to hurt you. She's wanting me to feel better because she loves me. And she's saying, I was just poking fun. However, this is my work. We can't have the other person in our relationship that said something, did something that we felt hurt by, fix it. Because if that happens, there will be a part of us. Now, you raise your hand when you have you felt this. There'll be a part of us that wants to go, yeah, right, you're just saying it because you want me to feel better and you want us to get on with dinner. You're just saying it, you know. That's the part of us that's like, I know these parts, right? And so the truth is we need to do our own work. So we get curious about, where's this hurt coming from? True, false, or don't know. Did this person say this out of malice? I mean, can I think this on my own? I don't need to hear it from them. But the truth is, I know her to be very kind and amazing and loving, and our relationship is awesome. So I'm not going to focus on her being someone who's hurting or hurting me. I'm going to choose to focus on the love, choose to focus on the greatness of our relationship. I have to. It's courageous. You've got to pull yourself forward and claim that amidst the hurt. And so that's the 3-step process. So I didn't resist it. The pain was there, and then it started to dissipate because I wanted to tell the truth. Tell the truth. Everything's fine. It was an old trigger. And then today, of course, I can look back on it and have laughter about it because I'm like, oh gosh, can you believe I got hurt about that? But, you know, it's crazy. So it was a 3-step process. Take a deep breath, find physical touch with your partner, get curious, find what is in there to evolve you, bring you closer to love, not take you away from love, but bring you closer, even more closer to love and the cherishedness you have with you, your own ability to cherish yourself and adore yourself and love yourself. That's where it's got to come from. It can't be the other person rescuing us, so we'll always try to make them wrong, because if not good enough is present anyway, anybody loving a not good enough means that you're going to have to generate more not good enough and more sabotage in your relationship, and that's not what we want. So we bring ourselves to love. We bring ourselves to curiosity. We bring ourselves to self-acceptance and go, you know what? I freaking rock. You know, the truth is that trigger doesn't exist in my world. And then claim yourself. When you claim yourself, you're able to claim the other, and then you walk hand in hand. So hopefully that helped you. Today I'm going to go back to my creations that I have here going on in the hotel room, and then we fly out tonight, head back to Houston. Wishing you all a great weekend, and thanks for subscribing to my YouTube channel at Tina Marie St. Cyr. We are bringing amazing things to that platform. We're launching Extraordinary Living, where I'll be interviewing greats and people that you adore and love so that you can hear from them as well. And we're all a community here. So spread the love and share with people in your social media forums about Extraordinary Living and Tina Marie St. Cyr. And let's get the subscriber list up. So love you all. Have a great weekend. Mwah.